Hello. Welcome to episode 232 of the Super Weapon Podcast, most overpowered podcast on the internet. It's your boy Darius the Artist, and as always, got my co-host DC here with me today.
What up, Doe? And I want to start this thing off by giving not a endorsement,
Mm-hmm.
but rather a recommendation. Hey, man, if you ever get a ball head, they got the Remington shaver, dude, the electric shaver. Oh, man, I'm talking about silky smooth, dude. Y'all might see more of this big ass cranium now that I finally found my perfect razor.
Oh man,
right?
it's actually looking pretty smooth.
Yeah, a little
man.
shiny, right? And it doesn't feel like sandpaper. It's like shaved down to the bristle. You feel me?
Oh,
Like,
wow, man.
It is. Yeah, man. I finally found the shaver. I was excited to tell y'all that for some strange reason.
Is it like is it one of the automated ones or?
It's the one that got the, like, you hold it like this and then it's all the circles.
Oh, you can just kind of just go.
Yeah, you do like this.
Oh, that's cool. Nice.
Yeah, it shaves really well. And then it doesn't irritate my skin. Because that's the problem I was having, like, when I was shaving, like, a
Yeah.
little bit on my neck. It was kind of getting a little irritable. And I didn't want to be one of them, school bump back necks. Like, like,
Yeah.
yeah, so I would stop. And that's why I was wearing my hat, because I wasn't committing to the ball head. But now I feel like I'm there. So y'all get to see this big, juicy dome. It's shiny. I'm gonna make sure I put it right in the camera too. But I
Nice,
was excited to tell y'all that. And besides that, just a little house cleaning. It's been a little wild, work has been working, stuff like that. And I'm just tired. Actually, I'm not tired now because I slept good last night. I'm just happy to be here. Beautiful 3-day weekend, chopping it up, doing what we do, talk about some good old video games, and we got some good stuff to talk about today. I'm excited to go today.
It is indeed Memorial Day weekend, man, and I hope you guys celebrate that and remember the remembrance and the memorials that it actually covets, man. I just want to say thank you for your service, DC, because a lot of people, I feel like the meaning behind Memorial Day is kind of lost. I know, people love to barbecue, and that's great, and there's always, especially in Atlanta, like fun events and concerts and stuff going on. MomoCons this weekend. But it is there's a moment to remember those who have lost their lives working and fighting for our freedom, and like I said, man, something that I could not do. Just definitely a reminder for me. Something that
getting mortars dropped on you while you were in a stall taking a big fat dump is not fun.
Yeah, so definitely appreciate your service on that, man. And yeah, I know you guys missed us last week, man, but we actually just wanted to take some time to kind of plan ahead for the upcoming showcases. If for our long-time listeners, or for people who are just getting here, man, summer is usually the time, like the summer window, that June-July window is usually when a lot of games are announced. Release dates are solidified for the fall, and it's always a fun time for us, man. Especially the last couple of years we've been watching some of the showcases live, which we are planning ahead, and we are also looking at different ways to enhance your podcasting experience here. So we do apologize for missing last week, but I mean, it has kind of slowed down with news until probably the next week or two, but we're here nonetheless, man. Happy to be here. Just like DC said, man, I hope you guys have a good weekend. Take some time to spend time with your loved ones, and yeah, we're just gonna jump into it, man. It was another lighter week on news, but I did want to talk about some of the AI announcements that came out this past week. So, because I thought it was just interesting. Like, my mind, it's very rare nowadays that I get surprised by a lot of stuff.
Now that's how you use AI.
Yeah. So
let's go.
So Google announced a new AI product, I guess you could say. It's called VO3. This past week at their Google, I think it was called Google I/O. So it's just like a big tech event. AI focused event for them. But this one kind of differs from some of the I guess latest ones. I think Sora is one of the more popular ones nowadays. But where this one differs is that it generates audio and video, and everything for our viewers, everything you see being played right now is all AI,
Now
which is insane.
let me throw something out there real quick. Remember that conversation we had? How I said AI is pulling from everything.
Yeah.
I just want to throw that out there because, like, where do you think it is compiling all this stuff from? Just
Yeah,
saying.
I'm
Just
curious.
saying.
I'm curious how they train the models to generate the video and the sound. That part I didn't find any reliable information on. I'm not sure they've gone too much in detail about that, but I mean, we were just making fun of the Will Smith eating spaghetti video like 2 years ago, and for it to have jumped this far
Right.
is really like insane, you know? Because we've talked about AI quite a bit on this, on the podcast and the ramifications of it for creatives and just society as a whole. And I think that we have officially crossed over the there's no turning back anymore lane. I know there's been a lot of people fighting for creative rights and the right to generate human made video, and it's I just think it's past that point, and all it's going to take is one company, one movie studio, one game studio to use this technology and make a feature length film, and it's going to do well, and then and it's over. Like, not to be pessimistic, but and I'm sure you could speak to this probably more than I do because you still work in the creative field at the moment.
Oh, I
And
see it every day. I see it every day. And the biggest question that we all have, myself included, whoever, it's going to be how do we regulate something
yeah,
like this, right? Because there's going to have to be, just think about it. All right. I hate to bring it to politics because I'm burned out on politics, but let's just say if someone has a smear campaign,
yeah,
like they just
yeah,
create a video with whoever's running saying some disparaging things about whoever, right? Like if we look at this video for our our audio listeners, we're actually watching a video which we will leave the link
yeah. I'll send this to
in.
you, yeah, so you can
Yeah,
put it
we'll
in.
leave the link in the so you guys can check this out as well. AI has come so far to where it doesn't look like cheesy anymore. It's really looking like if you were to show me some of these videos, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference, honestly. So
Yeah,
we come to one thing that I'm constantly thinking about when we talking about AI is regulative measures to kind of stop the quote unquote bad people from just doing stupid things. Like, but it's also with me, it's also like this really cool factor that come with it too, right? Like I use Adobe a lot for my job and just editing and whatever. And there's so much cool stuff that you could do with AI and Adobe now that it is crazy, man. Like it's to the point where you can almost just pretty much, you know, type in something and Photoshop can generate images now. Um,
that's nuts.
it's like, and I wonder will they eventually start charging for tier levels of AI? Because I thought about that too, right?
Oh, that's a good
Like
point.
you, yeah, like you may have a bottom tier, like your top tier may be able to generate whole different scenarios or very advanced, more complicated pieces of work, whether it's like videos or
Or even
pictures
how
or
fast
whatever.
it may generate it too. Yeah,
Yeah, I can see that becoming sort of like you know a way for them to kind of cash in on it. It I did some really like when we talked about having this episode. I fell down so many rabbit holes, AI rabbit holes, dude, and it's crazy. It's gonna. I want to focus on a good, but you can't help but to think about some of the missteps that may
Yeah,
come from this
and I
because,
mean, you kind of hit the nail on the head too. You know, because I think
yeah,
I think the current pricing for this version of VO, I think it's only $250 a month, which is a lot. It's affordable for a lot of people. I'm not saying for everyone, of course, but there has to be some sort of regulation against this stuff because imagine someone wants to frame you for a murder or someone wants to frame you for
yeah, it can get real dark.
some sort of nefarious thing, just like you said, smear campaign. You're a public figure, and the average person, you show this to someone's
Or even if you're not,
grandmother,
right?
or yeah, I
Like if
what
you show that to my mother, who's probably lurking.
what's crazy is I saw this video, and it was funny at the time, right? Like I saw this video of this lady, this grandmother who was watching, I think it was GTA 5. Somebody was like running over people, just doing the normal crazy stuff in Grand Theft Auto. And their grandmother, she was horrified, because she thought it was real.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
But
mean,
like,
it's scary.
just say if you at work, for example, right? Say if you at work, for example, and someone don't like you for one reason or another,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the case may be. And then they go to your boss or whatever and show them a video of you on a podcast like this saying very disparaging things about
About them, the company,
anybody, the
yeah,
gay community or the company, or so now you have all these hurdles and you like, wait, that wasn't me,
yeah,
or maybe it was you, and then you lied, say it was AI. You see where I'm going with this? It's
yeah,
so crazy, but at the same time, I would love to see more of, like, focus on more of the positive as well, because dude, when I tell you, even with videos, like
yeah.
the special effects you could add to your videos and stuff now, and then you see it with
So I can
I
find
know
another
if
one.
y'all on YouTube as much as I am, I know y'all see all the advertisement for content creators now. You could just drop your videos in there, it chops it up, it add captions, you could add memes. Like the AI does all this stuff for you
Yeah,
within a matter of minutes now. So now content creators, it kind of sucks because now they're not really looking for editors anymore. It's just like, oh,
yeah.
well, I could just pay for this program a month.
It's just
And
like,
that
yeah, just
keyboard
like
looks so good.
just
That
like
is a
Johnny
yummy
said,
looking
yeah, it's
keyboard.
crazy. Visual effects took days, if not weeks, to make in 2012. Yeah, yeah. I mean, when we were
Yeah,
all in
now you can make
school,
it with all in like an hour. Like
yeah,
it's,
when we were
oh
all in
man.
school, and we went to school for this work, to do this kind of stuff. It's once
So
again,
let me ask you
all the
this.
all the stuff you're seeing is all AI chat. And to answer my wife's question, hold on. You can just subscribe to, like, we've talked about using ChatGPT and Claude and stuff for research. Like, you can just subscribe to a AI company, like a streaming service. Like, you can subscribe to get
Speaking
this right
of,
now. I think it's, like I said, it's $250 a month, I think, for
oh,
this.
speaking
But
of,
yeah,
did you see the program that you basically can buy and it pretty much just generates resumes for you? You just
I've seen a lot of
what you
those.
do
Yeah, I've
is
seen a lot of those.
you just put whatever the job is, the description, you just put it in, and then you put in, like, I forgot what it is, and it tailors
Yeah,
your resume to the job description of the job you're applying for. It's crazy.
I'll even take
What it's
a
doing is it's making us lazy.
yeah.
it's ma-
I even take it a step further. What's crazy too is, like, one of my classes that I just finished last week. I was talking to my professor about one of the resubmissions I had to do for the final, lab, the networking lab I had to do, and for one of the parts of the class, I had to basically do what's called a root cause analysis. It's a technical write up for tickets, if for people who don't know what it
yeah.
is, and that was one of the things I had to resubmit. And he suggested that I use Grammarly to fix some of the way that it was written,
I have
and it
Grammarly on
was
my computer.
yeah,
I love it.
it was encouraged it's being encouraged by colleges. Not every college, because the school my wife goes to, they don't necessarily like it. But that's the thing, though, right? Like, this stuff is becoming more integrated into society, and like we talk about all the time. It's just let's have a very real and honest conversation, right? Like I said, this stuff isn't going anywhere anymore, which is unfortunate. This is going to affect a lot of people's jobs. It is. And the best thing I would recommend, as we always do here at Super Weapon, is to inform yourselves of the changes that could affect your job, your future, and how you can best navigate those changes for the well-being of your family. Because it's
Yes.
not going anywhere. It
I
sucks.
was
It
gonna
does.
ask you that.
So what?
It's funny because I was gonna ask you that as well. I was gonna say, I was gonna ask you, what advice would you give to people that's pretty much coming up in this generation? I feel like we're on the threshold of like the the internet. Like when the internet came out, like when the internet was like a big deal,
Yeah.
the internet era when it started. I think we're approaching that yet again with AI.
Yeah.
I think we're coming into an
I
era
agree.
where
It's
there's going to be a drastic change. The world's going to change because of this new technology. And my question to you is, what advice would you give to anyone to prepare them for this new era that we're about to dive headfirst into? Like, what would you say to someone maybe that's younger than you,
uh
or just anybody looking to maybe even just change their life, or maybe they not sure what they really want to do, or what would you say, like, how to adapt in this new era?
I look at it in two different. I look at it twofold, right? So I'll answer each part of the question. For people who are younger than me, let's say if you're a teenager, young teen, or younger, I think that they'll have an easier time growing up and adapting to this change, because just kind of similarly how I did and you did growing up in the internet era, like you said, right? Like, we weren't necessarily in the workforce while these major changes were happening. But let's take it from the point of view of someone who is, in their late 20s, 30s, whatever. If you're looking to get into tech, the best thing I can advise you to do, let's say you want to get into IT, sure. I would figure out what in IT interests you the most. Because as we, me and you talk all the time about it, like, there's different IT domains, there's a million different paths you can go when it comes to technology. But I would figure out what it is you want to do and what skills, what employable skills you need to stand out. Because just like DC said, right? You have a resume writer, you have an AI resume writer. You don't even necessarily have to be good at that. I'm not encouraging you just to let AI do everything for you, because it's going to come to a point where we have people who will just rely on AI for everything, and those who will use it to enhance their skill set. I'm trying to
Mm.
focus on being someone who enhances my current skill set. I had a job interview this past week, first round interview this past week, and one of the things that I was talking to the IT manager about was automation, AI and automation, because that's something that they're looking into. It's employable skills. These are things that I'm trying to teach myself now. Like, I'm in the thick of it with y'all. I'm gonna just tell y'all that now. you
Yeah,
know,
we all are.
like, I'm definitely in the thick of trying to continue to advance my career. Like, I have a good job now. I'm looking for better, of course, right? Like, always, you always want to try to look ahead. But if you're someone who is, like you said, right? Like, if and Johnny, shout out to Johnny in chat. If you're someone who wants to make movies, think about, especially if you're working on a smaller scale with a limited budget, think about ways that you could use AI to, I don't want to say take shortcuts, but to once again enhance the things that you either don't have the money or budget for, or the time to do. You may not have as many people on your team to handle certain things. And I think that's even kind of changing too. Like, people specializing and niching down into, where you have 2,000, a few hundred people working on a film. I think that's going to change drastically over the next like decade, honestly. Where you had,
Yeah.
10, 5 to 10 visual effects artists, you might just have 1 to 2, that know the basis of visual effects. They're still doing the craft, but they're using AI to enhance certain things. I just really see that where it's going. I don't necessarily think AI is just going to do everything for us. Like I don't think that'll ever be a future, at least not in our lifetimes. But
Right.
I do think that you know figure out ways to help to let AI supplement your skill set. That's the best advice I can offer to anyone.
It's
Because, like I said,
like
these are things that
it's
I'm
like a
doing for
knight with
myself.
a sword and a shield, right?
Yeah.
Like let the sword and shield be the AI. Like
Yes.
don't, you know what I'm saying? You want it to enhance yourself. And I think one of the most important things is it will be adaptability. Cuz life is always changing, right? Like I went to school, learned graphic design, and now I'm seeing that AI is it's pretty scary what it's doing to the graphic design world.
Hmm.
Like a lot of we're seeing a lot of stuff happening, and that's when the adaptability come in because it's going to be like, hey, well, how how can I get one step ahead of this, right?
Right.
Like you don't want to sit there and just let stuff happen and then all of a sudden, you find yourself stuck or without a job. You constantly want to advance your assets and what you can do and what you could bring to whatever it is, a company or if it's just personal life. Like you don't want to just sit up there and let technology fly by. Like be cognizant of what's going on. And I think with AI, just like you said, like you want to use the tools that you have in front of you. We have so much information,
Yeah.
not just AI, even just with the internet as a whole. We walk around with phones that have access to the internet. We have so much access to knowledge that
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, have your fun on the internet, but kind of have a balance. Like also use that to your advantage as well. Cause it's easy to get caught up in a lot of the stupid stuff, for lack of better terms. Like you could just get caught up just watching doom scrolling, as they call it,
Yeah.
TikToks and stuff like that. But all this technology is here, and it's a double edged sword. And I just think we need to really start focusing more on the positive effects of what these things can do, and it can really change your life. Like some
Yeah.
of this stuff is life changing if you're willing to invest the time. So I can't wait to see where AI goes. I'm optimistic about it. I'm very optimistic to see what happens. I'm already studying and there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people I know who are actually making career changes. One of my friends I'm going to visit today, Keith. He just graduated college. He has
Shout out to the homie.
it's cybersecurity, but there's like I forgot what the degree is,
Yeah.
but it's basically like cybersecurity. He's been doing EMS, I want to say for 16 years,
It's never too late, man.
and
That's awesome.
he man at Keith, he's one. Keith is one of the smartest. I went to high school with Keith. He's one of the smartest people I know. No lie. Like the way he catches on to things and it makes sense for him. Like I told him that. Like I didn't even know he was in school. He was just like, "Hey, I just graduated." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
That's
Like
awesome.
for
That's so
real?
awesome, man. Yeah.
And so I was like, "Well, it fits you in like the way that he talks about it, and he's helping me out a lot." He's like, "Yeah, you want to do this, this, that, and the third, and spreading the knowledge, don't gatekeep. Like we're all out here trying to live.
Yes.
We're all willing to
Yes.
help each other. Like I'm willing to help anyone the best way that I can, whether it's advice, information, whatever. But
Yeah.
it's never too late to change. So
I agree.
um, even I'm studying now. Like I'm studying and I just want to be one step ahead of the curve. I just don't want to get caught off guard by things. I don't want to be left behind. So I'm studying this as well.
Yeah, man. It goes without saying, and um, Johnny brought up another good point in chat, like soft
Hey, see,
skills.
I got my book right here.
Having people skills, soft skills is definitely going to be, I think, another edge. Because as I've worked in both creative fields and now the technology field, the one thing I will say that doesn't change or doesn't matter is not necessarily what you know, but how you treat people, how you relate to people,
God, I wish my brother was
and
here.
that will get you much farther. Once again, that same interview, the IT manager told me at the end of the interview, he would rather hire someone who gets along well with the team and has a little bit less technical know-how than someone who is more technically sound and they don't mesh well with the team.
I
That's going
wish
to
my
take
brother
people
was
farther,
here.
you know?
He
Like,
could hit on that so bad. Let
yeah,
me see.
your
I
your
wish he
brother
was
your
here.
brother is a great example of that. He's something he preaches all the time, man. Shout out to Ray. It's just like you said. It takes a
People skills.
concentrated effort from everyone to succeed. Just like you said, you're in school. I'm in school. My wife's in school. All trying to better ourselves. And I'm just gonna be biased and tell everybody to get into IT. I'm always gonna hey,
IT,
it
tech, whatever you want to
get
call
into
it.
tech,
Like,
man. I promise you, it is not a bad decision. Get your kids into tech. Even if it's not something that they're passionate about, you can take that money and invest it into things you are. Get your kids
exactly.
into tech.
Like, yeah, you can still do what you want to do and you can still have hobbies. I tell people this all the
Yes,
time.
you'll have
But the
freedom.
world, yeah, but the world is basically everything that's going to matter. I'm just going to be blunt. And people could disagree with me if they want. That's cool. I'm open for the conversation. But in the future, everything is going to be tech based.
It is. The world
Majority,
economy is being pushed forward by technology right now.
yeah, everything within the next couple of decades is going to be tech based. So you can find you a niche, find something that you're good at, that you enjoy, that you like, and
Yes.
then you can always have your hobbies. Once you get off work, you can do whatever you want. Hey, we
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
You could do whatever you want. You could still have that hobby. You can play the piano. You can make music. You can do amateur
Shit.
night at the comedy clubs. You can still, but then you'll be setting yourself up financially
Yes.
because what you want to work on is financial freedom.
Yes.
That's going to give you more more space, time, and money to invest in your hobbies. So because it's fun to like have these dreams and all these hobbies, and but if you're not necessary, if you're living, let's say, check to check,
Right.
then it's like, do you really have time to do what you're really into? So it balances out, you know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna
So,
tell you,
and technology is big too. Like there's so many
yeah.
areas that you can get
Hell,
into. You'll find something.
you can go into robotics. You can go into and I will tell you this. I will just disclaimer. Pardon my language. This shit
Do it.
is hard. It is hard. It is going to challenge you in ways that you did not think was possible. It is definitely not easy, especially nowadays, to get into tech. But once you're in, you're in.
There's a click, I like
Yeah.
to call it.
Once you're
There's a
in, you're fucking in. Once you have that experience on your resume, you're in. My wife, she's going to school for medical billing and coding right now. That's healthcare tech. She's going through it right now with her classes, like I was a few months ago with one particular certification that I took. But she grinding it out right now, man. Like it's hard, bro, and it's not gonna ever be easy. But once you build that foundation, once you have some experience on your resume, you can start lining up job interviews. Once again, I'm talking from experience. I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm not,
experience, baby.
get your people, get everyone at least talk to them about it. Present the idea to your friends and family. Just like DC said, man, I'm here to if anybody has any questions about tech, you guys can reach
We
out to me,
have
man.
a Discord, Tech Town and Discord. We
Yes.
invite you to our Tech Town in Discord. We post information and stuff in there all the time, and we're willing to um,
Yeah.
answer questions and stuff. And we don't know it all. This is a journey for
Hell
all of
no.
us.
Heck no.
But what I can say is it is tough. That's why I say it's very important to find something that you're interested in because it makes it a slight easier when you have interest in it.
Yes.
And that's how I kind of bounce back and forth from like I was looking at networking, then I was looking at cloud stuff. And then I was like, you know what? I remembered that really bad movie with Angelina Jolie, Hackers. And I was like, I remember when I was little, I wanted to be a hacker.
You wanted to hack into the mainframe, right?
Yes, I was. Matter of fact,
that's awesome, man.
If my father's listening, because I literally was destroying computers in my household because I thought I was hacking and I was just messing with files. I was messing with. Man, I was doing all kinds of stupid shit, thinking that I was hacking something. And
oh goodness,
that grew into me finding all these back channel message boards. I'm not gonna even get into all that. I don't even think that's legal. Some of the stuff, but I had an interest in it, so that interest kind of came back, and I was like,
funny how life is full circle like that, right?
Yeah, when I found out that you could get paid for helping companies, like literally companies will pay you to hack their systems, I was like, what? For real? And then when I started looking at how much these people get paid, and then the icing on the cake was you could freelance. Yeah. So I don't necessarily have to work with anyone. I'm looking at this as a retirement plan. Like that's my kind of journey with it. Like I want to learn, I want to get within the next 10 years, I want to be so solidified and just like super good at this to where I can retire early and I can just island hop. Like I just want to live like a nomad. Yeah. I want to be a digital nomad. Like I just want to go wherever I want to go, pop open my laptop, do some work, make some money, bounce. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I want my life to be. So, you know, you just got to make it work for you, man. Figure out what works for you, because I even know people that's like in their 30s and they're still trying to figure it out. My nephew is in his late 20s.
And that's okay. I will say that, man. And that's okay.
Life is, man, like, don't never let nobody shame you about that. Because some people just have more information than others. When you have that information, sometimes, you know, you can make a better decision earlier on in your life. But if you're still confused, but you're trying, you're making a conscious effort to figure it out, keep going. Because like I was telling my nephew, he just got into networking. He changed his job in the military to something IT networkish. And we were telling him the same thing. Like, look, man, you can do this. This can be your foundation. Then whatever else you want to do, you can add that on. Yeah. And he's finally getting it, and it seemed like it's starting to click for him. And
that's awesome, man.
Yeah, man, you will figure it out. You will figure it out. Like, don't get discouraged. You know, don't jump into IT just because it's like making money and you're going to be miserable. Try to find something that you really love.
Yes.
And then take it from there and see if it translate over to IT, if there's something that translate, and boom, like, you know, we all here to figure this life shit out together, man. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how old you are, man. It's never too late to start. You know, it's just start. It's not going to be perfect. You're not going to come out the gate making $100,000 a year. Don't believe
that's
that.
Another thing. Yes,
don't believe that bullshit.
Sir. Realistic expectations, yes. Please.
Don't believe that crap that you see from a lot of tech influencers. I hate it. I'm not gonna say specific names or nothing. Just don't. Hey, man, focus on building employable skills.
Boom. I like that. Right. Building employable skills, and always. What my brother has told me from his experiences in the tech world is a lot of people. Mike,
buy my boot camp course.
Buy my boot camp course, and you will be making $100K within a month. But my brother told me, he said, one thing that'll get you far, and we harped on this, is just being personable, right?
Yeah.
He said that, you know, a lot of people in the career field, they are smart as a whip.
Yeah.
Like they're super smart, but their people skills are not what they need to be.
Right.
It was like, a lot of people, he was like, and you don't understand when you're dealing with a lot of people, that's very important. So y'all just keep that in mind.
Please.
We'll drop more jewels in the Discord. Me personally, I love the Tech Town Discord. I think it's probably
awesome,
the greatest thing that we added in there since forever. So we want you guys to come over there, visit us.
Yeah,
and,
it's always
let's
cool,
help each other.
Cool little stuff we drop. And like I said, man, it doesn't have to be IT. It can be, like I said, robotics is gonna be. Like I'm talking, like I'm not exaggerating. Like it's about to be another tech revolution. It's a turn of the century, life-changing amount of money that is being put into these industries. I'm talking billions and billions, possibly trillions of dollars.
And you said, what was it with the robots, right?
Robotics.
Robotics is going to be very important as well.
Billions.
All these automated. We just posted a video in our Discord of a automated warehouse. Who do you think is working on?
I'll pull it up.
Who do you think is working on these robots? I'm just going to throw that out there. Who do you think is working on all these systems? Money, boom. Money in your pocket, boom.
Yeah, I sent this video to DC the other day.
No, they have a. I meant to put one in there. They have a automated hospital.
Yeah.
Who's going to be working on these robots?
There's a hospital in Atlanta that I work at that has robots in it. I saw them firsthand and it freaked me out. Like it actually kind of freaked me out.
And look at all these little R2D2s.
Yeah. This is stuff that
they're going to need people to work on those constantly because they're going to break. If they're running every day, all day.
These robots don't ask for breaks and go to the vending machine and break it.
And take 2-hour dumps after an hour lunch. I feel like I'm calling me out. But anyway, yeah. So, robotics is going to be a big thing. Maybe if it's not for you, maybe present the idea to your children, your little ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm just here to spread whatever word I can. And
agreed.
The world is changing, man. I thought we were just going to have flying cars by now. I didn't think we were going to have all this.
I did too. I was hoping we would have had the skateboard from Back to the Future too, man. I thought we were going to have hoverboards and
all the goofy shit I saw on TV.
The 80s had us believing we were going to be in it.
The 80s had us believing in some bullshit.
Oh man.
We were definitely tripping, but yeah, man, this is the way of the world now. And there's as my friend and bro host says, there's no putting the genie back in the bottle, man.
It's too late.
We're here.
Yeah, we're here now.
We're here.
There's no going back. There's no we're gonna fight to deregulate AI. It's over, man. Just get on the boat.
Learn and adapt.
Get on the boat, yes. Get on the boat before it floods. That's all I'm gonna say.
Don't be the one falling off the little thing that leads you to the boat, and then you fall in the water, and then the sharks get you.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from, but yeah, whatever. It made sense to me when I thought about it.
But yeah, man. So that's the latest updates in AI. Like, I really enjoy talking about this stuff. Like, maybe this would be something we do a little bit more often. Like,
I was gonna tell you that off stream. That I kind of like these. So I think it kind of blends in because it blends in with video games and it's all tech. So
100%. So.
And I feel like I'm helping people, so that always feels good.
Yeah, man. If you guys have any questions, man, like I said, feel free to reach out to us. Make sure you guys join the Discord. But now we're gonna talk about.
Oh, and I did finish my book. I got 2 more pages. Woo!
That's a pretty
book number 4. Yeah, book number 4 down, man.
So now the last thing we'll talk about.
Back to this bullshit.
Before we get up out of here, video game movies are coming along, man. They are definitely becoming more popular. This is this was an unexpected one for me. Elden Ring is reportedly getting a live action film, feature length film from A24, and I believe, oh man, I forget who the director is. He's done some projects I've seen that I'm not a super big fan
Y'all see
of.
me, yeah, y'all see me doing my anime slide
Elden
with the glasses,
Ring
right?
movie.
So first of all, while he
Alex
looked that up,
Garland, yeah, that's the guy. Alex Garland, who's directed. Hold on, I'll tell you guys what he directed here in a second. I had this information up in front of me earlier. Forgive me.
do do we? But do we need this though?
I'll say
I just
this. I'll say this.
I just want to I want to shit on it so bad. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so I found some of the stuff he's done. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of some of his movies. So he's done the 28 Days, 28 Years, and 28 Weeks Later movies. Ex Machina. He's done the Judge Dredd movie from 2012, which I thought was pretty fucking awful. So yeah, like I said, some hits, some misses for me. Not really sure how he kind of fits into that fantasy vibe because he's done mostly sci-fi, horror type beats. But yeah, you're not excited about this, man. Let's talk about it. Well, where are you
I
kind of at?
just okay. So I know a lot of people in the Soul Society, as I like to call it, all the Souls game
That's actually
people,
pretty clever. I like that.
the Souls misfits, the Beezies of the world. Um, I know they're excited for this, but my thing is, you really have to hit the nail on the head if you're going to make this movie. And I could see this movie actually being great if it's there's a certain aesthetic that they have to catch with this game. It's hard for me to explain. Like there's a
Yeah,
certain dark element,
like dark
and
fantasy. Yeah.
I'm trying to think like how does this translate to a movie? And because Elden Ring, they don't talk about Elden Ring in the light of just how beautiful the game is. Even though I had trouble with the game and it's just not necessarily for me, I will admit it's a very beautiful looking game.
Yeah.
The dark, twisted reality like that we're looking at here, it could be kind of cool in a movie setting. I think more or less, I don't think it's my beef with Elden Ring. I think it's my faith in Hollywood getting this right, if that makes sense.
No, that's fair. I think that's a
Like
fair assessment.
I think it's going to be a very uphill battle to translate this to the big screen. I don't necessarily have a beef with it. I just feel like will this director or whoever put the effort in to kind of get it to where it needs to be, or are they just looking at this as a cash grab? Like, oh, this was the game, everyone was talking about for the last 2 years. Let's just take this and make a movie. You know what I'm saying? And the
Yeah.
lure of this game can be a little convoluted. Like a lot of people, such as myself, I'm still kind of confused with the lore. So it's like, how are you going to translate this to the masses, right? Because, or will they just make up something like some easy breezy, easy to follow along with lure? We just want to, I don't know, man. It's just a lot of what ifs on the Hollywood end. You know what I'm saying?
I respect that. Kind of like what we talked about a little bit, and that's the thing about like Souls games, that the stories are presented from the point of view that the bad thing has already happened and you're just a byproduct living in the world. And the main characters that you meet were, at least that's how
Heroes of the olden day.
Yeah, they're either heroes or villains of the time before, and
they're all just trying to live.
I think, yeah, and I think I would be more interested if this wasn't necessarily live action, just because of some of the fantasy elements in the genre or in Elden Ring in general are. I'm not sure how well they would translate, especially some of the proportions on like enemies and monsters and
yeah, what I mean.
I think I would be a little bit more excited for this if it was maybe just like a fully animated feature film,
or maybe a Netflix, like, you know what I mean, something like an animated series on Netflix would probably do it more justice. Like sometimes the big screen is not needed,
Yeah, and I and I
and I
and
just
I
feel
agree with
like
that 1,000%. Like you look at Last of Us 2 right now is incredible. I'll just go ahead and say it straight up. I love the second season more than the first, and I did not think they were gonna pull it off.
I'm just waiting for it to finish and then I'm gonna watch it
This week is the last
because
episode, so you can actually
I'm
start this
just weird.
weekend.
Ooh, maybe we can talk about that next week if it's slow. Yes,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Tomorrow is the season finale. So,
Okay.
and it was,
Oh, Memorial Weekend. I'll watch it all tomorrow then. I'll catch up on all
yeah.
of it tomorrow then.
And I was actually listening to an interview with Neil Druckmann, the head of Naughty Dog, one of the heads of Naughty Dog, and the creator of Last of Us. In an interview,
Mm.
I actually meant to send it to you this week, but it's a pretty long interview. It's like 2.5 hours, but I'll send it to you so you can listen to it and just like get his perspective. I thought it was interesting how he talked about how because there's certain story beats that are changed or out of order because of how viewers consume content in a TV show versus a video game. And I
And
thought that
that's
was
smart though.
really interesting. Yeah, how he talked about how
And that's okay.
yeah,
Like I think that's smart. I think that's very observant of him to
yeah,
do that. And I think also that lends to like good writing,
yes.
like sometimes like prior to what anyone believes, like sometimes you just can't, copy and paste directly from the game. Sometimes you have to, for
Yeah.
whatever reason, you may have to change little bits and pieces.
And to be quite honest, I think what video game properties or IP have as a bit of an advantage over, let's say, like a comic book movie or show is you don't necessarily have you don't have to follow the established lore of just that one game. You can you could talk about like let's say like I said like this game, right? Like I would love to see how the world got to where it was. How did this world turn to where it was for Elden Ring? I would
So
love
some sort of a prequel,
a
perhaps.
prequel, yeah, because there's so many interesting characters in Elden Ring. Like I did a pretty deep dive on the lore of this game like a little while after it released.
I did, and it just
You
made
know,
me more confused.
and that's fair. That's very fair. But I would love to see just how that war started between like Radon and Melania, and
Mm.
how
Hey,
the
I
royal
told you
family essentially corrupted the entire world, and I would love to see that stuff play out versus like I said with a
because it
con.
adds to the game, right? It
Yeah,
adds. I think it doing that adds to the experience, which is Elden Ring. Like to see that and to see what actually happened, and maybe it'll be a little more digestible for people like me, and I'm looking at it like, oh, okay, so this would happen. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
So, and then it may make the numbers might spike because that's another thing about when these shows come out and they're good. Usually the game numbers they spike. So
I
people
mean, and
who
look at
may
Fallout, right? Like Fallout TV
yeah,
show did that.
which comes out at the end of the year, and I can't
Mm. It did that exact thing. It didn't necessarily remake a game, but they told a story within that world that was interesting. And of course, it had Easter eggs, for people who know the world of Fallout. And
wait. Yeah,
for somebody like myself who doesn't know much about it, I still enjoyed the show. I thought it was pretty fucking awesome.
and it makes you want to play the game.
Made
So
me
it's
it
a
did kind of make me interested in checking out at least one of them. And
right.
I think just like you said, like we were talking a little bit before the podcast started, like how Hollywood is. It seems like they are. I don't want to say making a pivot
Click
from.
hopping.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I just think like trends happen. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
trendy, whatever's happening now.
Yeah,
It
because
was just comic book movies not too long ago.
like we're still getting comic book movies, but we're getting less of them, which I like, and I think that's a good thing.
I think
Versus
so too, because you get a quality. It's a quality that comes with that. Like
yeah, and
you know,
and it seems like you have more deliberate storytelling beats that they're trying to hit, and
did-
I mean, I like the last couple of video game movies I watched. I liked the Mario movie, even though I know you hated it. I liked it. I thought it was cool. People
oh,
love
that
Sonic.
fucking
Sonic is back in the mainstream, like it's the '90s all over again, right? Like it's pretty
Hey,
interesting.
Sonic kind of introduced the wave, man. I can't lie. Like Sonic,
Yeah,
the first Sonic movie kind of put video game movies back in good graces. I'll die on that hill.
yeah.
Because before that, it was a little rough. And then, it's we're gonna see a lot more movies to come because there's
Movies and
actually
shows.
like
Yeah.
it's crazy because me and Darkstar, our homie who's usually in chat, we were just talking about Street Fighter, the movie, the new one that's coming out, because it's going to have,
Yeah.
rumor has it, Roman Reigns from WWE wrestling is going to be Ryu. It's he'll either Ryu or Akuma.
Don't piss me off, man.
Yeah, see, this is the type of stuff I'm like, I don't know about that.
That is
Then you got
so
Mortal Kombat 2 coming out at the end of the year.
God,
And a lot of people didn't like Mortal Kombat 1. I liked the Mortal Kombat.
I didn't. We talked about it. We definitely
It was
had
okay.
different opinions.
I mean, it
did
wasn't
not like
groundbreaking, but it was better than them old 90s.
No,
movies
it wasn't, and I'm gonna die on that hill.
Oh my God. This is where the super weapon breaks up. Here it is. This is the episode we've all been
They
waiting
were
for.
all right, I'll say this much. I'll say this. They were hokey,
This guy.
but I felt like they were trying to tell too many different stories in the latest movie, if that makes sense. If they would have just focused more on Scorpion and his backstory, which is really cool. Like I like that part, him and Sub-Zero and their whole dynamic, their whole clan's dynamic. I would have been all for that. But we got this extra. The main guy was an extra. I'll just go ahead and call it like I see it.
That was. I'll give you that. That was unnecessary.
He was an extra to the film that was otherwise good. That's all I'll say. I didn't hate it. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna go that far. But I felt like
to figure out
he was just
how the hell.
How
the hell did we get to Angry Birds 3? There was a 1 and a 2.
I never even knew that. I didn't know there's a movie.
I'm just looking at the list of movies that's coming out, video game movies that's coming out in the next couple of years, and it says Angry Birds 3.
That's interesting.
I'm like, where the fuck is 1 and 2? Maybe it was that bad.
Maybe they were like streaming, direct to streaming or something. Yeah, I have no idea.
Could be. Well, for the next couple of years, we have a nice little list. I'm only going to name off a few that are interesting, and this is just rapid fire. Just give me your thoughts off rip.
All right.
So we got BioShock.
Very interested. If it's if they go with I would love for BioShock to hit more on the horror aspect of the series. I love BioShock.
See, I said rapid shot, and this guy, he just shot the whole goddamn shot.
That was it.
Okay. Days Gone.
Bounce pass.
We have no Daylight.
Dead by Daylight. I don't know how that would work. So bounce.
That's weird.
Yeah,
that could be a very. You know what? I know it's rapid shot, but the horror movie genre, this could bring light to a dying horror.
What's crazy is like Dead by Daylight has an actual story. I just don't know what it is. I know there's like an entity that brings the horror monsters to kill people. That's all I know.
Oh, that's crazy.
There's like an actual Death Stranding. Bounce pass.
Come on, man. This is a lovely one. Detective Pikachu 2. Come on. I like Pikachu.
I like Pokemon. I like Pikachu. Sure. Let's get more of that.
Yeah. You know what? That could be a nice little
I'd be fine with that. Yeah. It's for the kids.
All right,
so.
Here's a big one featuring no other than John Cena. Duke Nukem.
Why? I don't understand.
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum.
I don't understand why Duke Nukem is still in pop media the way he is. I don't understand it. Like,
bro, we've like gotten the Al Bundy of bad first person shooters.
We've gotten maybe 4 Duke Nukem games ever. Hold on.
You know who? No, you know who's the ripoff of Duke Nukem? The what is it? They call it Dollar Tree version of Duke Nukem. Was it Serious Sam?
Yeah, Serious Sam. Oh, there was a lot more. Oh my god. Okay, Gears of War. Yes,
Gears of War.
Love it. All for it.
Wait, how many Duke Nukem games?
There's a lot, actually.
Wow. somebody like Duke Nukem out there.
Ew.
Okay, Gears of War. I know you down for that.
Love
so
Gears of
that's
War.
fine.
Yes.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes. If they make it like
Yeah,
an
that
old
can be
spaghetti
fire.
western, like an old
Look.
samurai western, oh god,
Ooh,
give me that. Yeah.
fire. Or if it looks anything like that last fight scene when you're fighting your, what is it, uncle, father, sensei,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
All for
fire,
that.
fire. Fuck yeah, I'm here for that. Half-Life.
No, because they won't ever give us a third game, so stop getting my hopes up.
Yeah, fuck off Half-Life.
Yeah, I need everything.
Helldivers 2.
Yes, because it's Starship Troopers. Yes, in there.
Ah, you son of a. This
Yes.
one is a strange one to me. Horizon. I don't know how I feel about that.
They're making a TV show for Horizon now, I think. But either way, I'm uninterested. And there's nothing wrong with Horizon. I don't get it. Like I see Horizon, like I see the games.
I want to play it for some odd
I just
reason.
don't. I played the first one. I just didn't fucking get it. It just wasn't for me. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not for me. I didn't get it. I don't care about shooting robots with a bow and arrow.
Wait. Hold on.
Sorry.
How is this going to be a movie, TV series? What is this going to be? Like Step It Up 1 and 2?
What?
Just Dance. Just Dance can't be a movie. There's no way.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar bounce pass.
Hold on. Let me make sure I'm reading.
No, thank you.
Dude.
Unless they give me like a You Got Served dance battle back to back.
Is a movie. Holy shit.
Hey, give me some You Got Served and we in there.
Hey, with Big Omarion, bro.
They got to do it for a little
Let's go, bro. Big Marion. He big old now. He just a circle. He's like a little donut now. Okay, let's finish the list.
Oh my god.
Metal Gear, definitely here for that.
Yeah, 100%.
Y'all can't fuck that up. Please don't fuck that up. Return to Silent Hill could be. I'm all for scary
I like Silent
movies,
Hill.
So
yeah, I like Silent Hill.
yeah, I hope Silent Hill wins. And by the way, chat, these are all movies that are either in the works or rumored to be coming out. So we're just going down the list. Saint Row, I'm gonna have to do what you do. Who's the assist leader in the WNBA? I'm gonna have to Caitlin Clark that thing, bro. We passing that ball.
Caitlin Clark bounce pass out of here.
Yeah. Sifu could be a good beat 'em up movie.
I'm always down for a good martial arts film, man. Yeah.
All right. Slime Rancher. I'm not too familiar with that franchise, so I'm a pass on that.
Yeah, not really interested.
I don't know what the hell Space Channel 5 is.
I've heard of it, but I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with the. I know it's been around for a while, but I've never really. Yeah.
Educate us in our Discord, please. Space Channel 5. I'm not sure what that is, and I'm not about to look it up because we're running short on time, and I got 5 more movies. Splinter Cell. I'm here for that.
Yeah, we haven't had really like any spy type movies lately, so yeah, I'm down for that.
That's been good. Yeah, I'm down for a good Splinter Cell. Who would play the lead in Splinter Cell? Don't say Idris Elba. I will kill you.
Nah.
None of these old ass actors, man. They got to give it up. I want to see some new blood.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad with a new actor. Because it's been gone for such a long time, and I hope Ubisoft brings Splinter Cell back someday. But that's Ubisoft. So
So these last couple are very interesting. First, being the cat daddy that I am, and you own like a whole farm of cats. Stray is actually coming out with a movie.
Is it really?
Yeah,
I'm curious about that.
Interesting.
I would watch it.
Would the cat talk? Is my question.
I hope not. Not like because the cat didn't talk in the game.
No, so. Remember them really stupid, dumb '90s animal movies where the dogs used to hang out together?
Homeward Bound.
Homeward Bound.
I love Homeward Bound, man. Come on, man.
That could be Stray. I'm just saying.
I'm all for it now. Okay, that's fair.
Oh, I see. I changed his mind, chat. I'm all for it. Okay, the next one of my favorite games. I'm here for it. Streets of Rage. That could be like a last action hero type.
You know what? I would love to see that, like in the spirit of the Warriors.
Oh shit!
That would be fire. That would be fire. Actually,
remember the Warriors had a video game too.
They did, yeah. It had and it was pretty fun.
No, you're right. That would be fire. You need to pitch that idea.
Like urban, it's already in an urban environment. You know what I mean? Just kind of
cleaning up the streets.
That would actually be fire.
One kick at a time. One kick at a time.
Just balls to the wall action. Yeah, I'd be down.
All right, Division. I'm here for it. I'm
I'd
here
be
for a
curious.
Division
I
movie.
think it's been long enough that from COVID that people can make those kind of movies again. So sure,
Yeah, I'm here
I
for
like
it.
I
Yeah.
like Division. So yeah, I'd be down for that.
Legend of Zelda. I'm gonna pass on that. Not a big
Yeah,
Zelda guy.
bounce pass, not for
I know
me.
my boy Flake, if he here, my boy Cornflake. That's
Played
his jam,
played
bro.
Breath
He
of the
loves him
Wild.
some Zelda.
Was bored. Didn't even get that far into it. It's pretty boring.
How
So,
the hell are we making a movie out of The Sims? I don't know, but I'm gonna pass. But I'm sure all the ladies in the world
freaks.
is going to see this movie because
Freaky-
the ladies they love Sims, man. The women in the world they love Sims.
Freaky frogs.
But I'm gonna pass. We ain't talking about Sims after dark, all right?
Yeah, no
Not that
thanks.
one. Modded
Jeez.
Sims, I'ma die on this hill. If you play modded Sims, you a freak. I'm just gonna say
Freaky
it.
frog, man. No, thank you.
Tomb Raider sequel.
I don't really remember the latest one that came out, but I like the older ones, so sure.
They always been trash.
They're just like fun popcorn movies. Like I'm not like invested in them, but they're fun to watch. Action movies.
You go. So you telling me the movie gives you a reason to go buy popcorn?
Yeah, like you ever watch like a movie you just enjoy it.
Is it like when you come home from work and then you make like a nice little meal and you just need something on TV while you're eating?
Yeah, I would watch a Tomb Raider after I got off work. Yeah, sure. I wouldn't
Okay.
get too deep in it though. But, yeah.
Last but not least, Uncharted 2. I can see that filling a void for maybe Indiana Jones.
I was
movie.
I was just kind of unconvinced with Tom Holland as Drake, but
he was too little to be Drake.
Yeah, he wasn't. It's kind of weird because I kind of wish Nathan Fillion wasn't as old as he was when they finally got that off the ground because he was perfect for it. So I'm just kind of biased on it. But it is what it is.
Yeah, because you know what? We just get people stuck into characters, or maybe it's just me. I'll just put it on me.
No,
But
I do the same
Tom Holland
thing.
is just forever Spider-Man. Like, I just feel like you're a very good Spider-Man. Like, he's a great Spider-Man. So it's kind of hard for me to like see him as anything but Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So
agreed.
In Uncharted, he just wasn't in the original Uncharted. He wasn't doing
Like it was a fine action movie, but it didn't do it for me personally. So I'll just say that it isn't really one for me. Soft bounce pass.
And the last one, we're both gonna bounce that thing like Kareem because I don't want to see it either. I'm fine on that. I hope it's a good movie though because I fucks with Tom Holland though. I fucks it with him.
Yeah, I like him, but nah, I'm cool.
We're gonna pass that.
So
that's it.
A lot of properties, man. I'm interested to see if how many of these actually see the light of day. I don't think.
And I skipped quite a few. I was just trying to keep the list short.
Yeah.
So just to let y'all know, we got a whole heap of movies.
I hope Duke
that's
Nukem never
coming
sees
out.
the light of day. I'm just gonna say that. I'll do everything I can. To
Hey, if
sabotage
Duke
that.
Nukem come out, I'm doing a live IRL stream. I don't even know if that's legal.
That's up there with Fast and Furious ridiculous to me, man. I'm all right.
Whoa, watch your mouth. Hey,
He's gonna say.
hey. I don't. Anybody in the chat, if you want to argue with me, Fast and the Furious is the greatest
It's not.
movie franchise of all time.
It's absolutely fucking not, man.
I'm going to star in one of those movies. I'm going to manifest that.
Oh
into
man,
existence.
I would love to see that. Actually, you just
I'm going to be an extra. Let
one
them
of
be
one of the
recorded in Atlanta.
racers, one of the extra street racers or something.
Yeah. Bald head as hell. I'm gonna be sitting in that car.
So funny, man.
Epic lines, boy. Epic Ja Rule lines.
Oh god. Okay. All right, man. Thank you guys for watching the episode.
And he lost his girl and his car, bro. I mean, that's tough.
Oh man, you never had your car.
See, this guy can quote it, but he hates it. He has quotes. He has more quotes. Don't let him lie to you.
Oh man, Harry and no spoon engine, guys. Hey man, thank y'all for hanging out, man. For
Do y'all really know what a spoon
232.
engine is? One day I'm gonna break that down for y'all because it's even funnier when you break it.
Oh Lord, man, it's good to be back, guys. We appreciate y'all being here.
Notice that no audio issues when we're not telling the truth.
Yeah, when we're not talking about Xbox, no audio issues. So next week will be a normal episode unless something crazy happens, of course. And then first week of June, guys, we're moving into showcase season, man. Like I said, there's a lot of news and stuff that'll be coming out that weekend. So we'll try to live react to as much of it as we can. But we're only human. So I will say that. But I'm excited to see what gets announced now that Grand Theft Auto 6 has been confirmed for next year. You know, maybe we'll start to get like some actual
And
solid
confirmed
dates.
for another pushback.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, let's just be honest, probably.
But I mean, if you guys know the history of GTA 5, y'all shouldn't be surprised. Let's be real.
Yeah, yeah.
We can only hope that it comes out in May.
But yeah, man. I mean, this year's been great for gaming so far, so I'm sure that trend will continue
Amazing.
into next year or until the end of the year, and you know, it's gonna make picking a game of the year really hard. So. But yeah, man, that's all I really got. Nothing crazy for you guys, man. Thank y'all for hanging out. We appreciate y'all for being here. Once again, man, if you guys have any questions, like if you guys are interested in trying to get into tech, IT, or anything, man, please reach out to us, man. You know, we're here. We're on the same path that everyone else is. So just trying to.
Can I ask a question real quick while Dark Star's here? Dark Star, how do you feel about John Cena starring in Duke Nukem?
Jesus
okay,
Christ.
You can finish, bro.
All right, man. You guys can find me everywhere. Darius the Artist, Twitter, never calling it X. I may start recording some YouTube videos again. We'll see. So I'll tell you guys about that when we.
I need to talk to you about that.
Yeah. That's it, man.
On YouTube.
Thank you guys for hanging out, man.
Yes,
That's it. DC, you got the floor.
Yes. First of all, I want to just tell John Cena, I'm going to clip this up and I'm going to send it to him. Cut off that bro-fro that you got on your head. I don't like it. Okay? You can go bald. You got a nice shaped head, bro. Just don't let them, because he said the fans punked him into that hairstyle. Well, I'm punking you out of it. But anyway, feels good to be back, baby. Feels damn good to be back. And I'm talking like Duke Nukem. I'm talking like Duke Nukem for the outro, just to piss off my bro host.
Oh, God.
It's time to kick ass and siege and chew bubble gum and kick ass. And wait, are we playing Siege today? Or are we doing Helldivers?
Yeah, we can play Siege today.
Ooh, Siege. I get excited. All right. Well, guys, we're back. Thank you guys as always for coming through. I haven't spoke to Johnny in a while. It feels good to see the bro up in here. Johnny, if you're still here, man, I gotta reach out to you, bro. We gotta go like grab a drink or something. I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. And shout out to everybody else who came through and participated in the chat. We always invite you guys to come out to the Discord and talk to us. We're starting our little tech corner, so if you have any questions, if we can help you in any way, we helped the homie Quay with his computer issues earlier. See, we're helping people already.
He's still having problems.
Oh, well, we're trying to spread good cheer in this crazy world. Anyway, man, that's all I got, man. What's up, Weenie? You're late, buddy.
Thank you guys for hanging out, man. That's gonna be the end of the podcast episode. Hang around if you guys are in chat. We're gonna play some Siege. We'll see you next week. Peace.